Hi everyone, welcome to Blendology. Hope you're all doing great. Today we're diving into the top 15 beloved open world games of all time. And before we get started, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and tap the notification bell to stay in the loop with all the latest from Blendology. Number 15. Saints Row 4. Play as your own customized president of the USA and fight for an alien invasion that nobody saw coming. Sometime after Saints Row, the Saints have become heroes for protecting the national monument of Steel Point. When focusing on main objectives, Saints Row 4 Re-Elected is about 15 hours in length. If you're a gamer and strives to see all aspects of the game, you're likely to spend around 42 hours to obtain 100% completion. Number 14. Just Cause 4. The game takes place after the events of Just Cause 3. Rico travels to Solis to discover the truth about the circumstances of his father's death. Rico's mother was from Medici and his father was from Solis. Solis is the homeland of the Black Heart and ruled Solis with a very militaristic regime. Solis is a huge South American world home of conflicts, oppression, and extreme weather conditions. The game hero land is Solis to hunt down the truth about his past at any cost. The estimated time to complete all 34 Just Cause 4 achievements is about 50 to 60 hours. Number 13. Minecraft. The original edition of Minecraft, now known as the Java edition, was first developed in May 2009. The base program of Minecraft was completed over a weekend and a private testing was released on May 2009. An open-ended, open-world exploration game where players travel, craft, and survive, Minecraft's story plot are left to players' imaginations. Minecraft is a game about placing blocks and having adventures. It's a survival experience about staying alive in your own fantastic world that's also a creative space to build almost anything you can imagine. One day in Minecraft is 20 minutes in real time. Imagine if your days were that short. A year would take just over 5 days. Number 12. Watch Dogs 2. In San Francisco, hacker Marcus Holloway joins DSEC to take down a corrupt system by fighting and hacking his way through the entire San Francisco Bay as you're walking around the city, constantly be on the lookout for civilians to hack. Watch Dogs 2 is an action-adventure game developed by Ubisoft and published by Ubisoft. It is the sequel to 2014's Watch Dogs and the second installment in the Watch Dogs series. The game is played from a third-person perspective and its open world is navigated on foot or by vehicle. When focusing on the main objectives, Watch Dogs 2 is about 90 hours in length. If you're a gamer that strives to see all aspects of the game, you're likely to spend around 46 hours to obtain 100% completion. Number 11. Far Cry 5. The deputy is sent to the town of the Hope County to arrest Joseph Seed, a corrupted evangelical religious leader who ruled the town with the help of his disturbed followers. Players control an unnamed junior deputy sheriff who becomes trapped in Hope County. He is searching for a female journalist after she went missing when their boat was destroyed by mercenaries. Hope County may be fictitious, but the mountains, rivers, and wildlife that inspired Far Cry 5 are very real and based on the landscape of the southwest Montana. The estimated time to complete all 50 Far Cry 5 achievements is 40 to 50 hours. This estimated is based on the members that have completed the game. Number 10. Spider-Man. The story follows Spider-Man and his ally Yuri Watanabe's effort to stop Hammerhead taking over the Maggie's crime families. Marvel's Spider-Man is the first entry in the series, released in 2018, taking place 8 years into Peter Parker's career as Spider-Man in a fictionalized version of modern-day New York City. It is presented from a third-person perspective, showing the playable character and allowing the camera to be rotated freely around them. Marvel's Spider-Man Game of the Year edition is about 18 hours in length. If you're a gamer that strives to see all the aspects of the game, you're likely to spend around 44 hours to obtain 100% completion. Number 9. Ghost of Tsushima. Story set in 1274 on Tsushima Island. The last samurai, Jin Sakai, must master a new fighting style, the Way of the Ghost, to defeat the Mongol forces and fight for the freedom and independence of Japan. Ghost of Tsushima is a 2020 action-adventure game. The player controls Jin Sakai, samurai on quest to protect Tsushima Island during the first Mongol invasion of Japan. While not 100% accurate, Ghost of Tsushima is actually based on true historical events. The gameplay is fun, the narrative and its characters are great, and the art direction is absolutely beautiful. When focusing on the main objectives, Ghost of Tsushima is about 25 hours in length. If you're a gamer that strives to see all aspects of the game, you're likely to spend around 61 hours to obtain 100% completion. Number 8. Fallout 4. The player begins as a parent and spouse in the year 2077. But then must enter Vault 111 to survive the nuclear apocalypse. The player becomes the last remaining survivor of Vault 111 as he or she emerges into the nuclear wasteland in 2087, amidst the ruins of the city of Boston. IMDb mentioned the Fallout 4 is one of the best post-apocalyptic games ever made. One of the main reasons is you're able to build your settlement. It's a great feature to the game. The story is also good, within the protagonist trying to find his son while runs into the tough challenges along the way. Fallout 4's main story takes around 30 hours to complete, but with side quests and activities, it offers well over 100 hours of gameplay. Number 7. Assassin's Creed Odyssey. The game's plot tells a mythological history of the Peloponnesian War between Athens and Sparta from 1431 to 1422 BC. Players control a Spartan mercenary who fights on both sides of the conflict as they attempt to find their family and eliminate the mysterious cult of Cosmos. It weaves the period's history with its mythology, introducing creatures such as Medusa, Sphinx, and Cyclops. Odyssey is set before the formation of the Assassins and Templar orders, though it does feature a key piece of Eden in Spear of the Leonidas. Ubisoft supported the game with the several releases of downloadable content, including 2 incredible story expansions, Legacy of the First Blade and The Fate of Atlantis. The contents enrich the game with new storylines, complex characters, and fresh gameplay elements, offering expanded experiences beyond the main campaign. Number 6. Horizon Zero Dawn. The game is an open-world, action role-playing video game. Horizon Zero Dawn takes place in the 31st century, in a post-apocalyptic world where colossal machines dominate the land. Human civilization has regressed to tribal societies of hunters and gatherers who survive in immense forests, imposing mountain ranges, and the atmospheric ruins of their ancestors, while the machines become increasingly powerful. Number 5. The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild. The Legend of Zelda is an action-adventure game set at the end of the Zelda timeline. Player controls an amnesiac Link as he sets out to save Princess Zelda and prevent Calamity Ganon from destroying the world. After a century of hibernation, Link reawakens to once again save the ruined Hyrule from a giant evil. 100 years before the main events of the game, the Calamity Ganon returned, control the Guardians and indirectly kill the legendary 4 champions as well the King of the Hyrule. When focusing on the main objectives, The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild is about 50 hours in length. If you're a gamer that strives to see all aspects of the game, you're likely to spend around 192 hours to obtain 100% completion. Number 4. The Elder Scrolls V: Skyrim. Its main story focuses on the player's character, the Dragonborn, and their quest to defeat Alden, the World Eater, a dragon who is prophesied to destroy the world. Over the course of the game, the player completed quests and develops the character by improving skills. When focusing on the main objective, The Elder Scrolls is about 35 hours in length. If you're a gamer that strives to see all aspects of the game, you're likely to spend around 31 hours to obtain 100% completion. On normal difficulty or adept, I'd say Skyrim is a very easy game, but if you're not used to real-time action, then Skyrim might be more challenging for you. Number 3. Grand Theft Auto 5. GTA's story is about 3 protagonists: retired bank robber Michael DeSanta, street gangster Franklin Clinton, and drug dealer and gun runner Trevor Phillips. They attempt to commit robberies while under pressure from corrupt government agency and powerful criminals. The game world is navigated on foot and by vehicle from either third-person or first-person perspective. Players control the protagonists throughout single player and switch among them both during and outside missions. Players complete mission scenarios with set objectives to progress through the story. Outside of the missions, players may freely roam the open world. The average time to finish the story on its own is 32 hours, but if you're a gamer who aims to do absolutely everything in the game, it takes you about 83 hours. And do you aim to complete everything the game has to offer? Number 2. Red Dead Redemption 2. RDR story is set in a fictionalized representation of the United States in 1899. Follows the exploits of Arthur Morgan, an outlaw and member of the Vanderlyn gang, who must deal with the decline of the Wild West while attempting to survive against government forces, rival gangs, and other adversaries. Playing the original game will give you a better understanding of the world, the events that lead up to events of the second game. RDR 2 features characters from the first game. The game is the first new game from Rockstar Games for this generation of consoles. Doesn't disappoint. It is as impressive as you hoped it to be. People consider this as one of the best games ever created. As you play the game, the character literally grow and develop, especially the protagonist Arthur. Number 1. The Witcher 3: Wild Hunt. The game takes place in a fictional fantasy world based on a Slavic mythology. Players control Geralt of Rivia, a monster slayer known as a Witcher, and search for his adopted daughter who is in the run from the otherworldly Wild Hunt. Geralt of Rivia struggles to keep his humanity in a medieval dark fantasy world ruled by corrupt kings, queens, and mags, where poverty, violence, and intolerance are rampant. Normal humans are sometimes worse than actual monsters, and most jobs that pay well involve the darkest of human emotions and desires. When focusing on the main objectives, The Witcher 3: Wild Hunt is about 52 hours in length. If you're a gamer that's striving to see all aspects of the game, you're likely to spend around 173 hours to obtain 100% completion. So now that I've laid out all these games for you, I gotta say, Assassin's Creed Odyssey is hands down my favorite. In my book, it's the top dog on the list. I've been playing it for so long, grabbing all the game extensions, and honestly, I could say Assassin's Creed Odyssey isn't just a game. The storyline and adventures are so captivating and enjoyable. Ubisoft did it best. Please make sure to subscribe to Blendology to stay updated on my new videos. What are your favorite open world games? Comment below.